Saurabh, are we ready?
Almost. Just give me one moment. Yeah, I'm ready. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests, and hello and welcome to 37th session of NVezion Toastmasters Club. Can we all just unmute ourselves and give a huge round of applause to everyone and for NVezion Toastmasters Club. Thank you so much. Well, before we begin the session, I hand over the stage to the presiding officer for today's session, Toastmaster Syed Faisal. Let me brief you a bit about the Toastmasters guidelines. In Toastmasters, we refrain from speaking anything about caste, religion, sex, politics, etc. in a derogatory manner. Avoid interrupting the speaker in between the speech. Raise your hands or in the speech. Raise your hand before unmuting yourself. Don't have conversations in the chat box publicly while the speaker is speaking. Avoid any background noise if you are unmuted to carry on the session uninterruptedly. And finally, know when your camera is on. Avoid doing something else when your camera is on, as it becomes quite a little unprofessional. With this, I hand over the session to the presiding officer for today's session, Toastmaster Syed Faisal. And let me tell you, he's one of the most eloquent speaker you'll find in Toastmasters, and one of the most energetic member of NVezion Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Syed Faisal, the stage is all yours to begin the session.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saurabh, for the lovely word. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge round of applause for our dynamic, energetic Saurabh Yadav. Thank you so much, Saurabh, for your lovely words. Now, moving forward, I welcome you all in our 37th meeting of NVezion Toastmasters Club. NVezion Toastmasters Club is a specialty club. We focus on entrepreneurial growth, and we try to experiment. We used to try new things, new content, new style of having the meeting and learning together. We strive to provide our members something good for their leadership growth and something good they can experiment and they can learn and apply to their professional fields. That's the reason we have decided to have our meetings on weekdays and in 4 categorical way. One thing we will do is speech marathon once in a month. That's what we are today. We are going to have a speech marathon today, and we will have in our next meeting, we will have keynote speeches. We will bring influencers, we will bring industry experts or any good subject or anything, something that can help us in learning and understanding the world more efficiently. And the third things, we will have workshop that the day for TMOD. That's why today we have MOC just to conduct the meeting and just share her thought and talk to the audience as she wants. But in other meeting, we will have Toastmaster of the day. So that day will be dedicated to Toastmaster of the day, whatever they want to do, whatever they want to talk. And at the end of the month, last week of the month, we will have presentation. Our members and audience, they can come and present any kind of things like business idea, product idea, marketing idea, or PowerPoint presentation, anything to demonstrate and apply in their professional fields. So moving forward, without further ado, I may ask the guest if they can come forward and introduce themselves. Guest Kazim, I can see one name here, Kazim. Can you come forward and introduce yourself, please? And how did you know about us? Guest Kazim. I think he's not. Oh.
Yeah. Hi, good evening, everyone.
Very good evening.
How are you, Faisal?
Good. We would like to hear about you and how did you, I know how did you know about us, but for the benefit of our guests and audiences, please introduce yourself and tell us something.
Okay, I was just in this Zoom meeting as a guest. I was trying to hear what you people speak, what people are discussing, what good things you are talking about. If you can download some good thing from your meeting, I would have been like, it would have been great. Nothing as planned, but somehow Faisal called me, so I'm there. And
Thank you so much for
yes. All the best and
thank you.
Do good.
Thank you so much for joining and always supporting me. Stay tuned with us till the end of this meeting. Your feedback is very important for us, how we are doing and how good we can do, how we can improve our meetings. Your invaluable feedback will be very appreciated and helpful for us. Moving forward, I have another guest Jayati Datta, though we had quick words from her, but I would like her to again introduce to our audience and tell us something good about yourself and how did you know about us. Guest Jayati Datta, she is a Toastmaster. Guest Jayati Datta. All right, maybe she is not there or she is not listening to us. Moving forward, guest Shashank Chandra. Please introduce yourself. Guest Shashank Chandra.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Hi.
Very good evening.
Good evening. I'm Shashank. I'm from Ludhiana Toastmaster Club, and I guess this is, I think, third or fourth time I'm attending this meeting.
Great. Yes, I remember you. Thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned with us till the end of this meeting and give your feedback. Moving ahead with our most awaited session, handing over the stage to our very dynamic, energetic Toastmaster Vermeet Kaur. She is a teacher by profession in SIMS school based in Kuwait. I love the style she introduced herself. She is a mother of two lovely kids by the grace of God and Toastmaster by choice. She is a member of SIMS Toastmaster Club, a passionate learner no matter what comes in her life. Ladies and gentlemen, with your huge round of applause, let us welcome Toastmaster Vermeet Kaur. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Toastmaster Faisal, for such a wonderful introduction. And good evening, everyone. I am your impromptu TMOD, I should say, because I have just taken a role and which I am not prepared for. So I will be needing your help to make this session so interacting and interesting that we don't sleep behind the screens that are closed. So I would request everyone to please switch on your cameras, show your smiling faces. If you are eating also, no worries. We can see what your mommy cooked, what your wife cooked, what your husband cooked, and that will give us an idea to cook. Great. So to begin with, I would like to state a quote. Be so busy in improving yourself that you have no time to criticize other. And I am sure that's the reason we all are here. Instead of having some gossip or talking to someone, hello, what did your boss do today? Hello, you know about this friend? So we are utilizing our time in the best way, I believe. So let's get started and know more about each other, how we improve ourselves or what has helped us in improving. So I will be asking you impromptu questions, so don't get scared. Now with this, I would like to call upon, now this is a marathon, but we will be having, the meeting will be in 3 parts. we will be having prepared speeches, we will have table topics, and then evaluation segment. For prepared speeches, we have dynamic speakers and their evaluators. For table topic, we have another dynamic Toastmaster who will be giving us impromptu questions where that will help us to think on the point at that moment. And then there will be an evaluation segment that will be conducted by our general evaluator. Any guest, general evaluator is a principal of this meeting who will just keep an eye, and later on he will come up with his suggestions and recommendations how the meeting can be better. To conduct this whole meeting very smoothly and beautifully, with no glitches, there are different role players. So first of all, I would like to call upon the general evaluator. He is Toastmaster Murtesh from Entrepreneur Toastmasters Club.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vermeet and fellow Toastmasters and all my dear guests. As a general evaluator, my role is to evaluate the overall meeting, and to help me, we have a team called the tag team. First, I would like to call the timer Syed Faisal. Please explain your role.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Well, today I'll be playing the role of the timer. And let me tell you, for the timing, for a prepared speech, the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll be showing the screen card. Just give me a second. Yeah, at 5 minutes, I'll be showing this green card. Once you see this card, start winding up. This indicates that your speech is long enough to be counted to be successful, to be counted for the voting. Then at 6 minutes, I'll show this yellow card. And when you see the yellow card, it means that your speech is long enough and you need to start winding up. And finally, at 7 minutes, I'll show this red card. And when you see this card, you need to immediately stop. After showing this red card, you will be provided with 30 seconds of buffer time to conclude your speech. If for any prepared speech, the time limits is slightly different, the evaluator will let me know in private chat or before the speaker comes on the stage. Along with this, for the table topic session, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show the screen card again. At 1.5 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. And finally, at 2 minutes, I'll show the red card. Here again, you'll be provided with 30 seconds of buffer time to conclude your speech. And finally, at the end of the session, when evaluators come forward to deliver the evaluation report, they are allowed to speak for 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll show them the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I'll show them the yellow card. And finally, at 3 minutes, I'll show them the red card. Here again, they will be provided with 30 seconds of buffer time to conclude their speeches. And with this, my report has already begun, and I'm keeping a note which role player took how much time, and I'll present my report at the end of the session when called upon by the general evaluator. Thanks. Thank you so much, and see you at the end.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saurabh Yadav. And next, I would like to call Toastmaster Smita Kotkar. Please explain your role as a counter.
I am an evaluator, Toastmaster Marutesh. I will be evaluating Toastmaster Abhijit. Or if I have been given another role, I'm so sorry. I think I would have missed.
This is my side. Maybe I sent you the message, but maybe it's not conveyed. I told you to be the language evaluator also at the same time, to double the role, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, please continue.
Wonderful. So good evening, everyone. I'm Smita Kotkar, and today I will also be playing the role of the language evaluator. My role as a language evaluator would be to look into the beautiful sentence constructs or phrases or idioms that the speakers come up with during the course of their speeches. I will also be looking into areas of improvement and giving a report at the end of the session when called upon by the general evaluator. Now, every Toastmasters meeting has got a word of the day. And how wonderful it would be to come up with a word of the day almost immediately. So what would you like to have as the word of the day? So how about passion? How about having passion as the word of the day today? When I say passion, it means something. The word passion means something that you truly, truly love doing. Something that you actually get lost into. You may not find this very meaning in a dictionary, but it comes from the heart when I speak about it. So the word of the day today is passion, and I would like you to use it as much as you can in your speeches. And as is customary, we also have a phrase of the day. And how about having the phrase of the day as too much on my plate? Or we can say a lot on my plate. So a lot on my plate means having too much to deal with. And an example would be the student had a lot on his plate because his exams were coming up and he also had to do a lot of tuition work. An example of passion would be, my passion is stage. This is something I can lose myself. This is something where I can lose myself. So with that, I would request all the members in the audience to applaud the speakers every time they use the word of the day as well as the phrase of the day. Let me repeat it once again. The word of the day is passion, and the phrase of the day is a lot on my plate. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, TM Smita. Now I return control back to the TMOD. At the end of the meeting, when TMOD called me, I will give my report. Okay, TMOD, Vermeet.
Thank you, Toastmaster Murtesh. As I told you, I will be, before we move on to the prepared speech segment, Toastmaster Murtesh, I need 1 minute of yours, and I would like to request you to please switch on your camera. As I told, this will be an interactive session. I would like to know, what is the thing that you like to do in your free time? How you keep yourself busy, apart from Toastmasters?
Thank you, Vermeet, for asking me the question. Really, I was fully busy. Every day I used to have work, one or the other work I used to have in my daily routine. And also, I suggest for all my friends to don't waste time. Time is money. Time is very precious. Time will not come again. Always we should not waste the time. Always we want to utilize the time. Hence, in my daily routine, I will be fully busy till morning 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I will do some or another work. And coming to when I tell that free time, I have wrote a book called The Art of Reinventing You, and also I'm planning to write another book, The Epic of India. This is how I manage my free times. Thank you.
Wow, that's great. So we know now we have a writer also among us. That's great. Thank you, Toastmaster Murtesh. Now moving on to our prepared speech segment. The first speaker is DTM Abhijit. And to evaluate her, we have a passionate Toastmaster Smita. She's a budding Toastmaster and educator, anchor, emotional intelligence, trainer, facilitator, and future writer. She pours her heart into all she does and wants to spread the importance of being emotionally literate and use the power of emotion to better lives. I totally agree what you are trying to teach, and it is very important. I would request, before Toastmaster Smita read out the speech objective, I, I'm putting one tongue twister for you, Toastmaster Smita, on the chat. I would request you to please say this 3 times.
This is interesting. The great grape group. So I'll try once again. The great grape growers grow great grapes. Grape, grove, grape.
Wonderful, wonderful, Toastmaster Smita. Now, the screen is yours. Please introduce your speaker.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vermeet. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters present in the meeting. Today, I have the privilege of introducing an exceptional Toastmaster. He is an international keynote speaker, a soft skill trainer, coach, professionally a business development manager working in the shipping industry. Would you believe with all that he still has time to travel? He loves photography and gardening too. Please put your hands forward and warmly welcome Toastmaster Abhijit Roy from Noida Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Abhijit today will be delivering his level 3 elective project from his pathway, Persuasive Influence. Timers, please note that the time limit for his speech is 5 to 7 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds at the end of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Toastmaster Abhijit Roy. Life is short, make it large. Life is short, make it large. Toastmaster Abhijit Roy.
Let me take this opportunity not to ask you a question, but to make you think. Sit for a while and ask not your mind, but ask your heart. How many of you feel that life is just not all about struggles? Life is not all about happiness. Life is not about thinking of what others are doing or what you intend to do. But life is all about making the best use of it, making it large. And by the time I have even ended my statement, I saw a raise of hand, because it was not just an individual sitting in this room, but each one of us was equally knowing what was about to come. You all were equally knowing of what I wanted to convey. Yes. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm going to talk about life. I'm going to talk about one life that we all get, and we ought to live that. We ought to make it large. We have to be equally passionate. We have to live life with full of empathy and passion. This was the thing which I always thought about when I started growing up, slowly and steadily. Each single class that I graduated in school, each single semester that I passed on in my engineering days, and each single KRAs and KPIs that I met when I was in corporate made my life go on. But I always asked a question to my own self, was I able to make it large? The answer to the question was a pretty no. And there is just not one reason to it. There are multiples. But that did not stop me from making life of what it had stolen for me. 2 years ago, we all witnessed something which we never even imagined of. The great pandemic, the COVID-19 virus, which turned the entire definition of being positive. We were all locked down in our homes, which we could not even think of what was really happening. And in this 2 years, a lot changed in each one of our lives. A lot of people lost their near and dear ones, and so did I. I lost two of the precious gems. One was my aunt, and second one was my maternal grandmother. My aunt, who was a very lively person, a person who always felt that there's only one life. Just be happy. Just spread smiles all across. Just make sure that everyone is able to be equally happy and joyful when they are living that life. And when my sister got engaged last year, exactly around the same time, my aunt mentioned one important line to her. She made sure that she was available for my sister's wedding. She made a statement that she is going to be available for the dance, for the songs, for every little fun that we all wish for and wait for in every occasion, such as a marriage or a wedding. But was it coming her way? Was something which even she didn't know. She was expecting the next 6 months to be very equally exciting. The countdown had begun, but that countdown was not for her to enjoy, not for her to wait for those moments to cherish my sister's wedding, but for the moment to wait until God calls her for good. 2 days after that statement, which was made by her, she suddenly fell sick. And what happened is something which you always will be knowing. It was something which she suffered from. Minor symptoms of COVID. But then the important part was those minor symptoms turned out to be even more disastrous, because in that span of 2 days, the doctors had given their word. Doctor had raised their hand and made a clear statement that she is going to be no more. And finally, we could hear the sad news. But until then, she had that one life left. She had made it large. But as per us, could we contribute enough to make that even larger? I answered this question to myself, and I found numerous ways of finding the right response to it. I couldn't. Because when I seek her as an inspiration, I find that I'm nowhere. I couldn't make my life enough happy, large, that what she could. The second one whom I lost was my maternal grandmother, just about a couple of months ago. She was 87 when she left all of us. But she always taught us so many life lessons, so many stories of her life, what she lived. She was empathetic, she was helpful, she was humble. And these were some of the key things which she taught all of her grandchildren. And these are things which I take away of her after leaving her for her heavenly abode. Today, I sit in front of you passing on a strong and powerful message. We all should know about. We all should know about that there's just about one life, my friends. Why to even waste? Why to even fight? Why to even not share with others? There is just about one life. Why not make it large? Just go for it and make it large. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhijit. And your question is, I'm putting it on the chat and then I'm going to read it also. How can 5 plus 2 be 10?
Probably multiply it.
No. 5 plus 2.
2 times 5 added 5 plus 5.
No logic. Okay, sorry, Toastmaster Sada, when everyone is thinking I'm liking this scene.
Do you take something from the number 2, put it together to turn it to 5?
No, sorry, it is by mistake. As I told you, it's an impromptu, so please enjoy. Thank you, Toastmaster Abhijit, for such a wonderful speech. And I would request everyone to please give him his feedback about his speech on, you can give it on personal chat or everyone, please give him the feedback. Moving on to our next speaker, that is Toastmaster Aseel, and she will be evaluated by Toastmaster Vichitraveer. Toastmaster Vichitraveer, he belongs to Unnao district in Uttar Pradesh. He has completed his Bachelor of Engineering from an Army Institute of Technology, Pune. Sports have an important role in his life, be indoors or outdoors. Whenever he gets time, he likes to play cricket or volleyball with his friends. He is also a part of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow, where he is helping the team to organize weekly meetings and is acting as a treasurer for the club. Vichitraveer, before you introduce your speaker, there is a small question for you.
Yes, sure.
So, Toastmaster Vichitraveer, what would you like to play more, cricket or volleyball?
Okay, so if you had probably asked me this question 5 years back, I would have replied with cricket, but now volleyball is the thing that I like to play more as compared to cricket.
Okay, so Toastmaster Saurabh, that one was for you. You can organize one event where you already have
Yes,
a
sure.
participant. Now, over to you, Toastmaster Vichitraveer.
Hello, everyone. Fellow Toastmasters and all my dear guests, a very warm good evening, good afternoon, and good morning from whatever time zone you are connected. I know we have people from different parts of world today, and how lucky I am to get connected on this platform of Zoom. Today, I want to introduce you to my speaker. She is a very passionate person. She is from Egypt, but currently living in Kuwait. She is a person who is passionate to help others. She loves to take challenges. Currently, she is enrolled in her pathway of motivational strategies. Today, she will deliver her level 3 project to speech. Please note that the purpose of her speech is writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. Timer, please note the duration of her speech will be 5 to 7 minutes with a buffer time of 30 seconds. So, my dear audience, let's put our hands together to welcome Toastmaster Aseel.
Have any of you,
Toastmaster Aseel, get on your feet. Get on your feet, Toastmaster Aseel.
I can start now.
Yes, you're good to go.
Have any of you, I want hands up, okay? Have any of you tried to do something but fell down? Have any of you failed at something? Have any of you felt you cannot get back on your feet? I have failed, I cannot do it anymore. Instead of these questions, let me ask you all, okay, instead of these questions, let me ask you all a different approach. Do you think you're the only one who failed at something? Do you think you're the first person who felt you could not get back on your feet? Are you the first person who failed at something but got back on your feet? Do you think that? My friends, look at me. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. I could not make it to the division Toastmaster or make it to the championship for the fourth time in a row. And the winner in Toastmasters 2019 is not me. 2020, not me. 2021, nope. 2022, this year, the winner is not me. Guys, I'm feeling something burning. Am I having a heartburn? No, metaphorically, there is a fire inside me. Motivation, determination. Yes, I have failed for the fourth time, but instead of feeling like a failure, I feel like I'm gonna try again next year. You're wondering, where do I get such motivation from? Tons of reasons, but I'll tell you a few. First, who here loves a challenge? Hands up, please. Let me explain challenge from my perspective. It's that you do something not anyone is willing to do. How many people are willing to skydive? How many people want to break a world record? Come on, let's go do skydiving. I want to do it too. How many would want to eat the spiciest pepper? Oh no, I would not go that far because I hate spicy. They burn my throat. But I would love to do skydiving. When you take up a challenge, not only you do something, a few would do, it gives you experience. You learn from it. When you make a mistake, for example, you learn from your experience, improve and get better. I'll give you an example when I'll get back to it later, so stay tuned. Second, like I mentioned in the introduction, you're not the first person who failed, and I'm not the first person who failed to make it to championship. Who here heard of Ramona J. Smith Toastmaster Championship in 2018? I remember in her international speech, her winning speech, she talked about that she participated in international, but did not make it. I don't remember what year was it, but I'm sure that her winning speech was her second or third one. She tried again in international. Yes, she had failed the first time, but did that stop her from trying again and trying to make it and becoming our lovely championship in 2018? Who knows? Maybe I will be the champion, not next year or the year after, maybe in a few years when I improve more. And maybe you will be the next champion next year, and I'll be congratulating you. Finally, third motivation. I saw many improvements. In 2019, I did not make it to division, but so many audience can relate to my speech. I talked about losing my father, losing a loved one. One of the audience also lost a loved one, so he related to my speech. Yes, I did not win, but I touched so many audience heart. Last year and this year, I won in the area contest, third places in humors and evaluation. Wow, That's something. Yes, I mean it. Even my mentor believes that was such an improvement that I got third place, humorous, and evaluation. For a minute, I forgot it's not enough to get me to the division. But it doesn't matter. I want something. Every time I see an improvement, I feel like challenge accepted. I'm gonna try again next year. Ladies and gentlemen, I suggest you all to get up, not tomorrow or the day after, but soon. Try to take up a challenge. Try to do something no one has ever done. Go skydiving from a very far high up in the sky. If anyone loves spicy food, try to eat the hottest pepper. And those, I recommend those who can tolerate spicy, not to those in my case. Win an eating contest, hot dog, burger, or whatever. Either way, get up, stand up, and take a challenge. Try again in Toastmaster contest next year. Or try to break a world record. Do something no one's ever done. Do you want to be remembered? Do you want people to see you as the next champion? I know that you're going to keep seeing me in Toastmaster contest again and again and again until I get this championship name. To end my speech, again I say, try to do something. Try to get up and do something no one's willing to do. And you might challenge me in the championship. I'm a good sportsmanship, so I'll be happy for you when you become a champion. But seeing as a champion I will feel like I'm gonna try again. Congratulations. Hopefully I'll be the next champion. So get up, do something unique, extravagant, and do it and let people remember your name. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aseel, for that such a motivational story that you shared, and I can totally relate because we know each other. We both belong from Kuwait club, from Kuwait. Now, Toastmaster Aseel, I cannot spare you. Where are you? Please switch on your camera. Yes. A question for you. How many sides are there in a circle?
There are no sides.
Anyone would like to try? There are two sides, inside and outside.
Good one. I never guessed that.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aseel. Now with this, we complete the prepared speech segment. And I would request everyone over here to please give your feedback to Toastmaster Aseel. And in meanwhile, I would request Toastmaster Faisal to please generate the polls. Thank you.
On your screen, first speaker was DTM Abhijit, second Toastmaster Aseel. Voting is right of everyone. Please vote for the best speaker, favorite speaker. Don't do this. It's 50-50. All right. So I got the majority and I'm ending the poll. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Vermeet.
Thank you, Toastmaster Faisal. Now let's move to the most exciting part, where in physical meetings, everyone used to, those who don't want to speak impromptu, they used to hide behind or they become the backbenchers. On screen, if they close the camera. So I'm sure the table topic master will make sure that everyone's screens are on and he brings everyone over here. Now we are here for the table topic session. The next segment is table topic session, and this is done by Toastmaster Faisal. He is immediate past president and current VP PR. He is founder and CEO of NVezion.com and a digital transformation expert with over 15 years in the biz, helping people achieve their delegation goals. This happens when you don't read before. His passion and being, and he is his passion and being an entrepreneur has given him the motivate to organize NVezion Club under Toastmasters International and connect with like-minded people and talk about business, technology, and supporting their startups. So next time, if you get introductions, please read beforehand. That's my experience, you noticed. Before you start with your table topic session, this one is for you, Toastmaster Faisal.
I need the easiest one.
Yes, this is the easiest one that I had on my, I could find it on Google. Toastmaster Saurabh wants to try, but over to you, Toastmaster Faisal.
Sorry. So no riddle for me.
3
All
times.
right.
This is 3. I have put it on chat.
Okay.
Tongue twister, 3
Do
times.
you want paper or paper? Do you want paper or paper? Paper or paper? Paper or paper? Which is cheaper? I want paper, not paper. If paper is cheaper, then paper. Do you want paper or paper? Paper or paper? Paper or paper? Which is cheaper? I want paper, not paper. If paper is cheaper, then paper. Do you want paper or paper? Paper or paper? Paper or paper? Which is cheaper? I want paper, not paper. If paper is cheaper, then paper. It was written here that I could read it.
No, but that also reading also is difficult. So well done, Toastmaster Faisal. With this, I hand over the screen to our table topic master. Over to you.
First of all, you are amazing today. All right. So all you can see, this is our passion. And today I have a lot of things in my plate that I am playing presiding officer, table topics, master, tech master, so many things at once. As we all know that table topics is something which is loved by all the Toastmasters. Most of the Toastmasters, they are waiting for this segment. And who knows me, they know already. I am going to make it more interesting because I have my own way of presenting table topics. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sharing my screen here. Table topics in Toastmaster. We will play Kaur Banega table topic speaker. I have brought to you Kaun Banega table topics speaker. Purpose of the table topics in Toastmaster is to improve and develop your ability to communicate impromptu. Any thoughts or answer questions or topics you can attempt impromptu. This special segment is designed to practice any impromptu conversation, spontaneous answer or spontaneous speech. That's what we are all doing today. Toastmaster Vermeet, Toastmaster Smita Kotkar, Toastmaster Saurabh, and I'm also doing this TT as impromptu. Fellow Toastmaster and honored guests, all are welcome to participate. So please raise your hand from the participation tab or type yes in the chat box. Our computer G will decide the fastest finger first. At the priority order, we will have guests first, non-role players, Then we will have role players in the end. The rule of this play is I will call the speakers to participate in the quiz, and the participant has to answer the quiz within 15 seconds. And if they win the quiz, they will get a special topic to speak upon that topic. Every participant speaker will have 1 to 2 minutes to speak on the topic with 30 seconds of buffer time. Timer, please note, 1 minute yellow card, 1 minute 30 minutes, 1 minute 30 minutes. What I'm doing this today. 1 minute and 30 seconds, we will have yellow cards, and 2 minutes red card. And all the speakers will have 30 seconds of the buffer time to conclude their remark. Idea and inspiration of this quiz has been taken from the India's biggest quiz show, KBC, Kaun Banega Crorepati, and contents that belong to KBC are used for entertainment purpose here. Even though I have designed this whole PPT, but inspiration and content were taken from the various other sources. I'm not claiming or expressing that the content used in this PPT is completely my thoughts. So, in this quiz, we don't have 50-50 because 50-50 is always 50-50. Phone a friend is not available because friends are not reachable these days. And experts advise forget because experts are having Bonvita. Who is going first? I can see here raise hand of Aseel. Aseel is raising her hand to participate. Aseel, would you like to come forward and take the quiz?
I was expecting some would raise their hands too, but since I'm the only one, okay.
Yeah, I could not see any other hand. So let's go with you, and all other persons, they will have the idea how we will play the game and how you are going to take the topic to speak. Then they can raise hand maybe. So first question for you. See in the nursery rhyme, Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa, how much sugar Johnny had eaten? Toastmaster Aseel, your options are this much, too much, not much, or let him open his mouth. Your time starts now.
I think I did something similar. You sure I can't call my niece because she loves to cut? Anyway, the answer is let him open his mouth.
All right, sure. Shall we lock?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Computer G, please log D. Let him open his mouth. And absolutely correct answer. You are winning a topic check. And your topic is, how would you change the world if you could? Toastmaster Aseel, how would you change the world if you could? Toastmaster Aseel, over to you.
Let me tell you this info real quickly. My niece listens to this kind of music all the time. So I was all like, can I contact my sister so she can put my niece on the call? It would be a waste because she's still learning how to speak. So she would be saying any gibberish. Anyway, about my speech. Countless of things I would love to change. But because of short time, I'll just say a few from this long list. One of the things I would like to change is finding all the cures in all illnesses. Every day, people struggle with incurable illness like cancer. Unfortunately, not many gets discovered there's a tumor or cancer early. So I wish we could find more illness. That's one of the things I would like to change. Another thing I would like to change, people being treated equally. Not many are being treated equally. You could say I'm trying to make people more friendly, more nice. Never judge a book by its cover. As a bookworm, I can get judged sometimes, but when I take a look but thankfully I take one look in the book and decide, is it worth it or not? That's how I do with people. One of the things I would like to change is change the people so they can treat nicely. I go on, but I'm almost up, so almost time's up. So I'll tell you this last one real quickly. Make the world better places, kinder people, kinder animals, all the illnesses in the world. It'll be like paradise. Every people is kind, They are all cures. No one is getting discriminated. Now I go on, but I'm running out of time. So Topic Master, one of the things I'd like to change in the world is a better place, kind of people, and we have all the cures of illnesses. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aseel, for sharing your lovely thoughts. Moving ahead, Toastmaster Smita is raising her hand. Toastmaster Smita, are you ready for the challenge?
Okay.
All right. So your question is, came first, the chicken or the egg? Your options are: I am vegetarian. Check the birth certificate. Egg always in the breakfast. Depend on the guest. Your time starts now.
Egg always in breakfast.
Sure. Should we talk this?
My day is incomplete if I don't have my egg. So it will be option
All
C.
right. Computer Ji, may I request you to please lock? And absolutely correct answer. You are winning a topic check, Toastmaster Smita. Your topic is, if your pet could talk, then what is the first thing it will say to spill the beans and make you feel embarrassed? Toastmaster Smita, if your pet could talk, then what is the first thing it will say to spill the beans and make you feel embarrassed? Over to you.
Woof! Woof! Let me tell you what this girl does. You know what she does? Woof! What she does is she loves to sleep. She loves to watch Netflix till 3 or 4 in the morning. That is what she does. And if you ever came to know, and if you ever switched your light, quietly walked into her room, woof! This is what you will find. This is what she loves to do. And what does she tell her own children? Sleep, sleep, sleep. 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, sleep, sleep, sleep. And then she goes into her own room. And what does she do? She switches off the light. And then she takes out her mobile. Quietly puts on the headphone so that nobody else comes to know. Woof! And she watches Netflix. Of all the things that she can do. Woof! Don't tell anyone else. Okay. Timer, where are you? I can't see the cards. Woof! There you are. Now you have shown it to me. Because now I want to know whether I should tell you more about it her or not. Now that I have some time, let me tell you more what she does. She tells everyone, don't get angry. Don't get angry. And you know what she does? Woof! What are you doing? What has this happened? Why is the room not clear? Why are things above here and there? She's always going and telling her children, shouting on them. And if you go and see her own wardrobe, woof, oof, it is always in a mess. But I did not tell you. I cannot tell you. Woof! That is what is hidden. Secret. All right. So now let me tell you something. Otherwise, she's a lovely girl. She's got a heart of gold. She loves to feed me and she loves to pet me. That is why I'm still here. Woof! But that's a secret. Don't tell her.
Back to you, table topic master.
Amazing pet we got the chance to witness. Thank you so much. Moving ahead, Toastmaster Shashank Chandra, would you like to take the quiz? Toastmaster Shashank Chandra.
Hello?
Yes,
Am I
yes.
audible and visible?
Yes, yes, you are audible and visible. Do you like to go for this topic?
Yes.
All right. Toastmaster Shashank Chandra, you swallowed an ice cube whole and you haven't pooped it out. Your options are: will take pet safa churan, will consult a doctor, or will wait for the right time, or will enjoy it with drink. Your time starts now.
I will wait for the right time.
Sure.
Sure.
All
Locked
right,
it.
computer G, please lock. We'll wait for the right time and absolutely correct answer. Thank you so much. And here is your topic. If you get to be invisible for a day, what would you do? Toastmaster Shashank Chandra, if you get to be invisible for a day, what would you do? Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for giving me such a tempting topic, an interesting topic, and to be an invisible man. Since childhood, I had always seen a movie named Mr. India, and I always felt that I can be something like him if this kind of device is invented in future. At present, I feel that being invisible with what I can do is it is an unlimited power. With that, I can do anything, rightly from clearing all the examinations and stepping out of the office unknownly without any trace of them. Even I can go to any country without any tickets. I can fly to any other country. With that, such a powerful tool, I can do anything. But one thing that I want to change is that the peace. That is a peace to work upon the peace over the time. That is to work upon towards the society. See, nowadays war is going on in the Ukraine and Russia. I want to be a symbol of a peace there. Being an invisible, I can do anything, but I want to show them being an invisible, I won't do any harm, but I will work only for the upliftment of the society. That is the only thing I can do, and that's the lesson what I have learned from the Mr. India as well. To be a common person, but having such a power, the responsibility also come upon us. With that, over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shashank, for sharing your lovely thoughts. Good, this power is in good hand, so there will be no chance of misusing it. Toastmaster Vermeet, why don't you come and take a quiz?
Yeah, I'll try. Such
All right.
difficult questions.
All right, all right. Let's see what we have for you. Toastmaster Vermeet, which type of question should I ask from you? I'm confused now. Let's see what are the options. This type or that type, or direct from the heart type, or no comment type. Your time starts now.
Such a difficult question. Okay, let me, because I like to speak direct from my heart, so direct from the heart type.
All right. Computer G, please direct from the heart and correct answer. Let's see what topic do I have for you. Toastmaster Vermeet, if you did not have to sleep, what would you do with the extra time? If you did not have to sleep, what would you do with the extra time? Toastmaster Vermeet, over to you.
Good evening, Table Topic Master. If you would have asked me maybe 10 years ago that if I sacrifice my sleep and I take that extra time, what would I do? Then I would say I would like to give some personal time to myself. I would paint my nails, where I'm very fond of. I would like to draw and color, that I don't get the time because of the kids and household work. I would like to watch TV and have only my me time so that no one is bothering me. So this is what I would like to do 10 years ago. But in today's time, sleep is something that I cannot sacrifice by no means. I have to sleep and I will sleep. So I would request you to change. What would you do in your free time? I will sleep in my free time. It can be afternoon, evening, night. I love sleeping. I enjoy giving my beauty sleep. So what I love to do is sleep. So I have changed your question. What I love to do during I sacrifice my sleep. I say I cannot sacrifice my sleep. So sorry. With this, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vermeet, for sharing your lovely thoughts. Indeed, I am also not going to sacrifice my sleep for any reason, for anything, at any cost. All right. Timer G, do we have more time or shall we wrap up here? Can we take more topics?
If there's a volunteer, we can take one more topic. And if you need to call a volunteer, then I would recommend you to like wind it up.
All right. Vichitraveer, would you like to go ahead and take the topic? Vichitraveer? Vichitraveer is not listening to us. Not a problem. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is from my side. I am your table topics master, and I had lovely time listening all the lovely speakers here. Thank you so much for participating. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Vermeet.
Thank you, Toastmaster Faisal, for such wonderful topics and difficult quizzes. I am sure each and everyone over here have enjoyed it. Now with this, we finish our second segment of the meeting and we move forward for our third segment, that is evaluation segment. And that will be conducted by Toastmaster Maritush, the general evaluator. So over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vermeet. As a general evaluator for this meeting, it's my duty to introduce our evaluator. Further, I have observed the meeting and I will offering general feedback, comments and suggestions on the meeting. Our first evaluator is Smita, who will be evaluating Abhijit Roy. Please help me welcoming TM Smita. Over to you, Smita.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Maritesh. Dear Toastmasters, how is life to you? Is it something where you go on day after day struggling? Or is it something that you believe is given to you to make the best use of? Such an impactful story and topic taken by my speaker, Toastmaster Abhijit Roy. May I request Toastmaster Abhijit Roy to kindly switch on the video so that we know that you're here and listening to the evaluation. Well, the topic taken by him was definitely a heart-rending one, because he spoke about how people should actually make use of the time here given to them, and how when you lose the time, everything becomes immaterial. So his project today was connecting with the audience. And I would say he definitely connected with his audience as far as these things were concerned, and taking people to think about, are they living their life king size? Are they adding value to their life? He told us through two very exemplary, through two examples about how he lost his maternal grandmother as well as his aunt. So I would like to compliment him on connecting with the audience, definitely. He was very clear in his words. He spoke very deliberately, and then people understood his emotions through the words that they were coming up. However, I would also like to recommend a few things specific to this project. Number one, since the project was about audience engagement, right? Beginning the topic initially with a question instead of giving an introduction and then coming to a question would have immediately made people sit up and think. What is life to you? Are you a dreamer? Are you a struggler? Is life full of adventures for you, or is it a tragedy? He could have asked each speaker, he could have asked the members of the audience. People would have thought. actually felt connected to him. Had he actually stood and delivered it, it would have been much better, because the audience connection would always be there, because there would be hand gestures, which I wanted to see, because you're such a great speaker. I wanted to see you speak. You had connected with the audience with a soft tone. The undertone of emotions were there. But at the same time, your the marriage, fixing of the marriage, as well as losing your aunt, everything seemed in a very similar voice. I would again like to speak about the comfort level that you had, which was wonderful. So let me sum up by saying that a great topic, but if you just include audience engagement as far as hand gestures and standing up and conversation is concerned, it would take your speech to another level. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Smita, for your valuable feedback. And next, I would like to call the Toastmaster Vichitraveer, who will be evaluating Aseel's speech. Over to you, Vichitraveer. Please unmute. Hello. Please unmute your microphone.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Get up, stand up, and take a challenge. Toastmaster Aseel, when you were delivering your speech, full of energy and enthusiasm, you literally made all of us stand up from our seats and wanting to take that challenge. Wow, what a wonderful speech. From the start to end, you hooked the complete audience. You started your speech with a question, which immediately caught everyone of ours attention to your speech. And the topic that you choose was at every level resonating to your lives as well as any of the Toastmasters who is going through this journey. I really want to salute you for your spirit, for your sportsman spirit, and all of us from the bottom of our heart know that we do want to represent our clubs, our district as the division level. So I know I myself can resonate with your journey. When you were delivering your speech and you said that you started in 2019, then came 2020, still you were not able to go to the divisional level, then you went 2021 came, and then 2022, I could personally witness and see all those years going through and how you were developing as a speaker. I really want to congratulate you for the wonderful speech. However, a few points where you could improve are, the first point I would like to say was, while delivering your speech, you could take a pause and make a slight variation in your tone. Like you gave a very beautiful example of Toastmaster Ramona, who herself is international winner, speech contest winner. So while giving the example, you could have said, after being disappointed from my rejections, I personally went to see videos on YouTube and I found Toastmaster Ramona. So in this way, you could use the pauses in between, which are really very helpful in our speeches. I really like the way you use your hand gestures while you were moving through the speech. One, and then you said two, and then three for motivation. I really like those pauses. Your speech was full of enthusiasm. I really want you to congratulate on completing your purpose of writing a speech and delivering your speech that inspires others. You have really inspired us. And I hope as the journey continues, you will definitely represent your club on the divisional level. And if you will continue to go with this spirit, we know that people will definitely remember your name. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Yeah, thank you, Master Vichitraveer, for your valuable evaluation. Next, we will hear the report from our track team. First, I would like to call the timer Saurabh Yadav. Please share your report.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. I'll quickly share my report. I hope my report is visible on your screen. Can anyone just show a virtual thumbs up? So I know. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Syed Faisal. Every speaker and evaluator can already see their timing, how much time they took. For the evaluators, I'll separately share it. Something that is not visible on your screen that I would like to cover. We started a little late, though the presiding officer was ready. The first speaker and first evaluator were in the room. Still, the sergeant at arms took a little time to start the session. So that is one where the sergeant at arms can improve. Then Toastmaster Syed Faisal came in and he called upon guest Kazim, and there was slightly, I guess, 5 to 10 seconds of gap there. I feel that that gap could have been filled up. And if you have already seen this, I'll share the evaluators as well. Yeah. If you could have filled that gap by calling out someone else and stated that I will come back to you later. Once you see his video is turned on or audio is turned on, then you could have called them. Other than that, I feel like for the presiding officer part, you did a wonderful job. Toastmaster Vermeet, you overall you took 13 minutes and 22 seconds. The general evaluator and his team for the introduction part took 6 minutes and 28 seconds. Evaluator Toastmaster Smita, for the introduction of the speaker, you took 1 minute and 40 seconds. Toastmaster Vichitraveer, for the introduction of your speaker, you took 2 minutes. Polls were raised in 25 seconds and table topic section took entirely 18 seconds. One thing that I want to cover is Toastmaster Smita, though I'm not disqualifying today any of the evaluators, I feel there was just, you missed just by 5 seconds. If this was a contest, I would have straight away disqualified you, and you would have never known that why you didn't won the contest. That is one reason why you need to. So for the evaluation specifically, the timer starts showing his card at 2 minutes. He shows his green card at 2 minutes. So you need to make sure that within the next 1 minute, you have to finish it. So make sure your recommendation starts even before the timer shows the green card. So that is one recommendation from my end. Other than that, Toastmaster Abhijit, you also took 7 minutes, 30 seconds exactly in your speech. So you were on the borderline to be disqualified from the speech. So that is one area I would recommend you. Other than that, Toastmaster Aseel, when you were introduced, you asked, can I start? Any verbal or non-verbal communication that you show is like timer starts his time. The moment you speak anything or verbally or like non-verbally, the timer starts his time. So make sure you utilize it. Whenever you speak a word, make sure that is being counted. So that's it pretty much. That's it from my end. I hand over the stage to the general evaluator again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Saurabh, for your detailed timing report. Next, I would like to call the grammarian and counter TM Smita for his report. Over to you, TM Smita.
Thank you so much, Master Marutesh. A lot of passionate speeches, a lot of passionate table topic speeches is what we witnessed today. And yes, many of us had a lot on their plates or a lot on our plates today, and still we worked hard to make this meeting a success. So let me congratulate all of us, number one, for doing a wonderful job as far as the quality of the speeches and the content was concerned. As the language evaluator, I did not have too much on my plate or a lot on my plate because the speakers spoke beautifully. Finding cure for all illnesses in the world, Toastmaster Syed, Aseel, so sorry, Toastmaster Aseel. Toastmaster Aseel mentioned that was beautifully done. When Toastmaster Abhijit said that how could you actually contribute to make it larger and think about it, we were actually thinking about it. And then, yes, everybody needs to make it larger. There were certain words like, at a place it was mentioned, a person was more friendly than the other. Now, when friendly is supposed to be used as an adjective, and you're talking about the quality of a person, then we say friendlier. And if it is to be used as an adverb, it will be more friendly. So in this context, it should have been friendlier. Another place was mentioned, a speaker said, I would like to move around unknowingly. Now, instead of unknowingly, it could have been undetected. That would sound better. And we do not use the before the names of certain countries. Before the name of certain countries, there are 7 of them where it is mentioned. But Ukraine and Russia, we would say Ukraine and Russia, and not there's a fight going on in the Ukraine or in the Russia. So with that, let me also congratulate Toastmaster Faisal, Toastmaster Vermeet, Toastmaster Saurav for using the word and the phrase of the day. That is all in my language evaluation report. Back to you, Toastmaster Marutesh.
Thank you, Team Smita, for your detailed report. Now I have few comments on the meeting. Meeting started on time, and SSA Saurabh has told all the guidelines about the meeting. Next role player is Proceeding Officer Syed Faisal. He also told about the club and also introduced all the guests. And one thing I missed that he could tell about the Toastmaster Royal Spindle, how he started, and the objective of the Toastmaster. That would be very good for these guests. And next role player is TM Vermeet. He also had a good content about the theme, and he also have some interaction with all the audience. He did a great job. And some suggestion is that he could also continue the theme till the end. When after this prepared speech, after the table topic, we could spoke the theme. We could add the content that it will be very meeting will be very energetic. And next, the role player is the table topic master. Table topic master a good creativity. He had some good questions, and also he has introduced some new table topic like asking a question and after the table topic is very nice. And overall meeting went very well. And I, I saw some of the role players before the meeting only. If we confirm all the role players and we started the meeting will be very nice. Overall meeting went very well, and we had a good speakers, Abhijit and Aseel. We had a good stories. Really, I enjoyed the meeting. With this, I hand over stage to the TM Vermeet to take meeting forward.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Now, before we end or I hand it over, I would request Toastmaster Faisal to please launch the polls for table topic and best evaluator.
Toastmaster Faisal, you're on mute.
Why like this? Why doing this to me? I request everyone to please vote. I will wait few seconds. Okay, I got the majority and I'm ending the poll. Now we will have best auxiliary role player. We had 2, timer, Toastmaster Saurabh, language evaluator, Toastmaster Smita. All right, I got the majority. Now, favorite role player. Toastmaster Vermeet, Toastmaster of the Day MOC today, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Marutesh, Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Syed Faisal. Don't know who is this guy. All right, I have the majority, ending the poll now. And next we have evaluator. Toastmaster Smita, Toastmaster Vichitraveer. I request everyone to vote, please. I got, okay. There are few more. Who has not, who is not voting? No, don't do this. 50-50. All right. I got the majority, but the result is tie. Moving ahead, we have one more category in our club, which is called President's Favorite, but our president, unfortunately, is not available today. So I'm leaving this on the Janta. Audiences, please vote for the most favorite participant in the meeting. We had Toastmaster Saurabh, Toastmaster Vermeet, Marutesh, Smita, Abhijit, Vichitraveer, Aseel, Syed Faisal, Shashank. All right. So I have the majority. Over to you, Toastmaster Vermeet. Thank you so much.
You, Toastmaster Faisal, and I hope you all enjoyed the session with the prepared speeches, table topic, general evaluator, and me. With this, we come to an end of the meeting. Now it's time for us to know the results, and I hand over to our President, Toastmaster Faisal. Over to you.
I request Toastmaster Smita to make the closing mark and feedback. I am preparing the certificates to announce in the last. Over to you, Toastmaster Smita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Faisal. Well, another wonderful meet today. And as NVezion Toastmasters Club is always known for, that despite the number of role players that we have, despite things going here and there, we will always come up with a meet that you will remember for, not today, but for days to come. Because we are a club here full of warmth and full of love, and we love to invite you to be a part of it. So do join us every Thursday, 9 p.m. That is our new time. Finish your lunch, finish your dinner quickly. Why lunch? Finish your dinner quickly if you're in India. Spare time for us if you are out there in the UAE, and make your presence here in this club. So Toastmaster Saurabh, as the timer for the day, now that all the work has been done, tell me, how did you find today's meeting?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Toastmaster Vermeet was the impromptu Toastmaster master of the ceremony, and the question that she raised were actually hilarious. And I guess we all enjoyed it. And whenever Toastmaster Faisal takes up the role of table topic master, you know that session is fun.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the question that I loved the most was that when you have taken an ice cube and you're unable to put it out, what would you do? And the 4 questions that followed Absolutely hilarious. And Toastmaster Faisal, you are an absolute gem with the table topics and as a table topic master. And it is so wonderful to attend your meets. Toastmaster Vermeet, do you know, I actually copied that grape, whatever it was that you had given me to practice it again. And I want to read it. I'm not sure if I could, if my eyes were playing tricks with me, because I could only find grab group everywhere. And that is something I'm going to practice and probably send you an audio recording of it. Where did you come up with all of these? They were wonderful. Toastmaster Vermeet.
Thanks to Google. I was Googling at the same time some funny questions to make the session interactive, because as I mentioned, I took it just, I was being asked to take I was asked me to be an evaluator. I said yes, and been told to be Toastmaster of the day. I said okay, because I can understand when you have lack of role players how it happens. So I said okay. So that was just a try. I tried.
No, it was lovely, definitely. And Toastmaster Aseel, it's always pleasure listening to you. And I'd like to come to you how you're doing right now. If you just let me know that you are there. Oh, yes, you are there. So tell me, Toastmaster Aseel, what's happening right now and how do you feel being connected to NVezion Toastmasters Club?
It feels really great. You guys are saving me money from traveling all over the world. I'm still planning to travel because it's nothing like seeing real India. You're actually encouraging me even more now to try. Hopefully the time will come and you'll see me in person in India. So it feels really good. So I wish I faced more speakers, but I'm sure they had other plans since it's Ramadan.
Probably. There were many of them. We had 5 speakers initially, and something or the other came up at the very last minute. So that is why. And you got one more person to speak to, and that's Toastmaster Vichitraveer. Hello, Vichitraveer. Now that the contest season is over, and I'm sure you're able to breathe, what else is happening apart from that?
And these days, I have found a new hobby.
Okay, and what is that?
Maybe you cannot relate with it because it is a video game that I have started to play PUBG on my mobile, and I'm really kind of addicted to it. And,
really?
I think anyone of
addiction.
Yes.
Well, yes, this is one thing that I do not relate to. I have my boys here at home who definitely had started doing it. They were hiding and doing it, and I ensured that they don't play it. But that I cannot do with you. You're a grown-up boy. This one, my son is still in school. So I had to make him stop playing that game. Toastmaster Faisal, whenever the results are prepared and you're good to go, please let me know.
It's ready. I'm going to share.
Okay. So thank you so much, my dear friends. And now that the results are done, I'm handing over the virtual stage back to Toastmaster Faisal.
My screen is visible. Toastmaster Saurabh, can you confirm?
Yes, it
All
is.
right. So
yes.
In our speech marathon, we used to give 3 awards: runner-up, second runner-up, and winner. So let's go for the runner-up first. We have Toastmaster Aseel, second place, best speaker today. And of course, DTM Abhijit is the first place speaker today. Best evaluator, Toastmaster Smita and Vichitraveer. We have tie. Audiences has given similar vote. Best table topics, Smita Kotkar. Lovely, that mimicry of pet. Best auxiliary role player, Toastmaster Smita again as language evaluator. Best role player, Toastmaster Vermeet, indeed. Toastmaster Vermeet as MOC of the day. Most favorite participant by audience, Toastmaster Vermeet again. Congratulations. And these certificates will be shared via WhatsApp. And I request everyone to take that tongue twister and make a video, send it to us. We will enjoy. We did this earlier also in LTMC. We gave the tongue twister and we request everyone to make a video of that tongue twister and send it to us. That will be hilarious. Thank you so much everyone for attending and joining us and making this evening beautiful. A lot of learnings, and it is great feeling today. Thank you so much. And one important thing I was missing, I must say my bigger gratitude to Toastmaster Vermeet and Toastmaster Smita, Saurav, Aseel, Vichitraveer, Abhijit, everyone, because you took the roles on the very last moment and did the justice. Beyond that level, you did a great job today. Thank you so much for being so supportive and helping us. So now I'm